Okay, hello friends. Welcome back to the Chambers Classroom. Today I am going to integrate this topic of microbiology, which I have taught you. You have to check that topic in the trachoma chlamydia section. Okay, you go to the microbiology playlist and then watch the trachoma video first. Okay, I know that chlamydia, the causative organism of trachoma. So today I want to teach you an important bacteria, an important disease from ophthalmology point of view, that is trachoma. That is trachoma, guys. Trachoma. Okay. Now trachoma is basically, to make a standard definition, trachoma is basically a type of keratoconjunctivitis. It is basically a type of kerato keratoconjunctivitis. Keratoconjunctivitis. What is keratoconjunctivitis? For the first year people's sake, I want to tell. Keratoconjunctivitis means when you are having the simultaneous inflammation of cornea and conjunctiva. Cornea and conjunctiva. Can you see a transparent layer on this? Normally you have a transparent layer which is covering your eyeball. Okay, this outer region of your eyeball. This is called cornea. This is called cornea. If I make an eye like this, if I make an eye like this, okay. So this is like this, the corneal segment. Okay, this corneal segment is the cornea. Okay, this is from the side view. This is from the side view of the eyeball. Okay, so if it is getting any sort of an infection or inflammation, whatever cause is there, so this trachoma's chlamydia is causing the infection, or it's causing a keratoconjunctivitis. Okay, it's causing keratoconjunctivitis. Okay, guys. Now it's a keratoconjunctivitis in which you will be seeing formation of some things. What things you will be seeing? You will be seeing formation of follicles and pannus. Follicles and pannus. When these follicles and pannus are formed, they will proceed to what is happening to this. They will proceed to cicatrization. Cicatrization means scarring. 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 You know, understand scarring? Fibrosis. You know, something is getting stiffer. Okay. So it's basically a keratoconjunctivitis which is causing. We also call, by the way, this as Egyptian ophthalmia. We call this trachoma also as Egyptian uh, Egyptian. You write like this, ophthalmia. Okay, Egyptian ophthalmia. You will have a formation of follicles, pannus, and then you will have that. So which, by the way, I have taught you in the micro recently. Can you tell me the strains which are causing trachoma? Which strain of chlamydia trachomatis can cause this? The strains, which are the strains? Which strains can cause this? Which strains of chlamydia trachoma? Very nice answer. It is ABBAC. ABBAC. They are causing. ABBAC. It's the important question, by the way. ABBAC. Okay. These serotypes will be causing chlamydia. These serotypes of chlamydia trachomatis will be causing trachoma. Okay. Now, basically, it's a disease. It is a disease which will be manifesting. See, chlamydia trachomatis, it was causing a variety of disease. If I take its ABC strain, if I take its ABC strain, they will be causing what? Trachoma. If I take its L1, L2, L3, it will cause LGV, lymphogranuloma venereum. I have taught you in the micro section. Just check it out there. And from D to K, what are the D to K responsible? I have taught you. D to K are responsible for inclusion conjunctivitis. Inclusion conjunctivitis. Inclusion conjunctivitis. Okay. Inclusion conjunctivitis. Fine. Now this disease is seen in children less than 5 years of age. Seen in children less than 5 years of age. But mostly they have some zones, zones of endemicity, the zones which are more common having this disease. It's the region where we have poor hygiene, or I can say overcrowding is there, congestion is there, overcrowding or congestion is there, or poverty, in regions of poverty. Okay. Mostly you will be seeing some documentaries on the internet showing those, the states having the poverty, the status of the living of the people, it's so much, very poor people. Okay. uh, and in some places the using, while using that kajal, some people use that surma or kohl. So what happens with that is that can transmit this among the children, that can transmit. Okay, that can transmit that kajal for cosmetic purposes. So that can transmit, I'm saying transmit, because that person will be using that, that stick, so that can spread it. Okay. uh, what is actually happening, to give you a concise, I wanted to make this video because I want to make a concise thing about it. If you see in the world, if you see, it is the most common infection which is causing, it is the commonest infection which is causing what? Blindness. So you should remember that. Causes blindness. Okay. Fine. What actually happens in trachoma, if I want to tell you what happens, basically this organism I have taught you in the micro. If I go into the pathology, how the disease happens, basically if you give it an epithelial cell, if you give it an epithelial cell, it loves epithelial cell, it wants to grow on the epithelial cell. That's why I write epitheliotropic. Epitheliotropic. It's an epitheliotropic microbe. Which places will it affect? Number one, conjunctival epithelium. Second, corneal epithelium. Because we said it is epitheliotropic, so it should be growing on the epithelial layers of. Is there any doubt, guys? Okay, fine. Okay, now see, if you tell me, sir, what is the trachoma, by the way, if they ask you sometimes the strain D and K, this inclusion conjunctivitis, what is it also called as? It is also called as, I have taught you in micro, swimming pool conjunctivitis. Swimming pool conjunctivitis. Swimming pool conjunctivitis is being called by this. Okay. Now, how will a, if I talk first I should say something about the pathology. Okay. Pathology is that it is an epitheliotropic, and what it will do, it will cause, let me write like this, it causes, once it is growing on these epithelial cells, it will produce some features. It will produce some features. And microscopically, you can see some bodies there. You can see some bodies there. The bodies are known as HP bodies. So which bodies will you see? HP inclusion bodies. HP inclusion bodies are seen. HP inclusion bodies are seen. Fine. Now what will happen in trachoma? What it does is, once this inflammation is happening, this trachoma, what it does is, it goes, once it is growing on that conjunctiva, that once you are having an inflammation, according to the concepts of basic physiology and every immunology, what happens is lymphocytes will come there. Lymphocyte infiltration happens. Lymphocyte infiltration happens. This lymphocyte infiltrate, the conjunctiva has some layers. Okay, it infiltrates the adenoid layer. it infiltrates the adenoid layer of conjunctiva. Adenoid layer of the conjunctiva. What happens once these lymphocytes are coming on this adenoid layer? What they do is they are infiltrating and they will be making something sort of an aggregation of these lymphocytes. These lymphocytes will aggregate on the conjunctiva. And if I see this as these aggregation of lymphocytes is known as Sago grain follicles. Sago grain follicles. It is called Sago grain follicles. Are we clear? So let me show you the Sago grain follicle. Okay. Better is to show you a live clinical image. Can we see these? Can we see these? Can we see these follicles? If now it is not a perfect sago green, but follicular arrangement is like this. Now I want to make it clear here. If the follicles are present, if the follicles are present on the upper tarsal conjunctiva, can you see these are the eyelids? This eyelid is lined by a conjunctiva, a thin transparent layer. Okay, this was the normal transparent layer. This is the upper eyelid. And if you see these follicles, you see these follicles, this will be called sago grain. This will be called sago grain follicles. So what are you seeing? Sago grain on which place? This is the upper tarsal. It is the upper plate, isn't it? Upper plate, upper tarsal conjunctiva, upper tarsal conjunctiva. Fine. These I'm connecting it with the clinical features to make it easy. Okay, so sago grain follicles are seen on the upper tarsal conjunctiva. What is sago grain follicles? It is basically the aggregation of lymphocytes which is happening because of the infection by the chlamydia trachomatis on the adenoid layer of the conjunctiva. The remember thing is that upper tarsal conjunctiva, because you have tarsal conjunctiva, isn't it? If you see follicles on the lower limbus, there is a limbus region. A limbus is a place, this cornea, okay, cornea part of the eyeball is attached to the sclera. This is the sclera. Can we see that white color on your eye? This is the sclera. So mainly around this portion there will be limbus. So that's why I showed this on the lateral side view. Okay, lateral side view. This is this point, lateral point. Fine. Okay, friends, are we clear? Okay. Now see, this is causing this. Now, if I tell you, I see some follicles closer to upper limbus, what you will say it is? What you will say it is a Herbert follicle. It is a Herbert follicle. What is the follicle called if it is nearer to upper? It's Herbert's follicle. Herbert's follicle. Fine. Herbert's follicle. Okay. Next, you may have come across another word. So what we see Herbert's follicle. So sago grain we see on what? Sago grain we see on upper tarsal conjunctiva. Upper tarsal conjunctiva. But Herbert follicle, Herbert's follicle, we see on the limbus region, upper limbus, upper limbus. Okay, Herbert's follicle. Next word in this is Herbert's pits. Herbert's pits. Herbert's pits. What is Herbert's pits? If these Herbert's follicle undergo scarring, they will be formed pitting. So can we see the pits? I will show you the Herbert's pits. See, I will show you the Herbert's pits. Can we see these pits? Is it clear? Isn't it the upper limbus region? Yes, sir, it is the upper limbus region. Isn't it an upper limbus region? Yes, sir, it is an upper limbus. Can we see nearer to the upper limbus region? We were having some Herbert's follicles, but if they are scarring form, if they are on the scarring form, we will call it Herbert's pits. Herbert's pits. I hope this is not difficult, isn't it? Everything lies on your thinking and imagination. Everything is clear in front of you. Okay, easy. What is Art's line? I will let you know first. First, let us write. What is Art's line? Art's line. What is Art line? Art line means if the scarring of the tissue is happening, if the upper tarsal conjunctiva, this is the upper tarsal, let me make for you. This is an upper tarsal conjunctiva. Okay. Can we understand what is upper tarsal conjunctiva? Yes, we can understand. So on this upper tarsal conjunctiva, you had some follicles first. What you were having some follicles. This is your lower conjunctiva. This was the upper conjunctiva. This is your pupil, and this is the upper limbus. This is the upper limbus region, guys. This is the upper limbus. This is the lower limbus. Okay, A is upper limbus, B is lower limbus. Can we understand? Should I draw it here so that your life becomes easy? Have the focus here. Okay, just look at it. It's not a normal image, but I will show you. See, if this is a pupil, so this is the upper limbus around it. Where to show? Yeah, this is the upper limbus, guys. This is the lower limbus. This is the lower limbus. Can we understand? Upper limbus and lower limbus. Yeah. Okay, fine. Because you are first year people, that's why I'm making it so much basic. Okay. Now see, if you see some follicles, now you will tell me, if I see some follicles here, what do I call these follicles in the upper tarsal conjunctiva? From inside, when I'm tilting his eyelid, I'm tilting his eyelid. See, he has tilted his eyelid here. Can we see the tilting? See, he has tilted. We are putting, so can we see this scarring here? White color scarring. What is this scarring called? This is called Art's line. If you have a scarring on the upper tarsal conjunctiva, we call it Art's line. Have a look. You see this Art's line. Can we see that he has written also some star-shaped scarring is happening? Okay. So this is the concept. So if I say, let's play like this. If I say upper tarsal conjunctiva in trachoma, which feature? Upper tarsal conjunctiva feature in trachoma. Upper tarsal conjunctiva feature in trachoma. Dash. Trachoma. Beautiful answer. Sago grain follicles. Feature in upper tarsal conjunctiva, but a line, a scarring white line seen. White line seen. You think in the brain. White line seen. Beautiful answer. Art's line. Art's line. Very nice. Okay. You see some. This is. I am drawing this. This is the upper limbus. This is the upper tarsal conjunctiva. This is the lower palpebral tarsal conjunctiva. And this is the pupil. Now here I am saying, here is what? Upper limbus. This is lower limbus. Now I see some these dots. What is this called? I see some this on the upper limbus. Beautiful answer. That's a beautiful answer. It's Herbert's follicle. But if I see them, if I see closer to limbus some follicles, what I will say? Closer to limbus, if I see those follicles, I will say Herbert's follicle. I will say Herbert's follicle. Is it clear, friends? Herbert's follicle. Okay. Hey guys, is there any doubt? Do we have any doubt, guys? Ophthalmology is also an interesting subject, isn't it? Herbert's follicles. You can see. Okay. Basically, there was, there is a misconception also in some people. When I was learning ophthalmology in my medical school, some people get confused. I remember a confusion here. Some people remember this Art's line. They confuse this with Art's triangle. What's Art's triangle, by the way? Art's triangle is basically, it is a triangle which is seen in anterior uveitis. You can write in yourself. You can't understand it right now, but you can write it for yourself. It is seen in anterior uveitis. Please remember, it is seen in anterior uveitis. Okay. Easy. Is there any doubt with the people? So if they ask you which of the following is the hallmark of trachoma, hallmark, hallmark, just you see it and directly say, It is trachoma, sago green follicle. What is sago green follicle? Sago green follicles are basically the aggregation of lymphocytes on the adenoid layer of the conjunctiva, where they lead to the formation of a follicular type of an arrangement, leading to the formation of sago green follicles. Which place location is important? Location is upper tarsal conjunctiva. So this which I draw here is basically the hallmark of trachoma. Hallmark of trachoma, guys. Okay, are we clear? Very nice, beautiful. Okay, so by the way, can you tell me which is the only infectious cause of psychiatrical conjunctivitis? It is the trachoma. It is the trachoma. So Herbert Spitz, is they right? What is Herbert Spitz? To make a clear definition, you are confused. Herbert Spitz means scar on upper limbus. If you have a scar on upper limbus, can you see this scar? Spitz, scarring. This is basically scarring. Can you see? The scarring is called what? Herbert Spitz. But if you see follicles, mature follicles on this area, then you will be saying it is Herbert's follicles, upper palpebral conjunctiva, and also upper limbus. Okay, it can also be upper limbus. Okay, so you can see both the things at the same time. If you see follicles, then you say Herbert Spitz. If you say scar type of a tissue, then you will say, are we clear? So they are coexisting also. Okay, they can be coexisting also. Is there any doubt, guys? Okay, we have understood it. What is the hallmark? Hallmark is sago green follicles. Now I want to tell you, by the way, there was once this trachoma happened in the year, I think 1980s. Some, I don't remember the date. In the 1980s, around 1985 or 1986, WHO, what WHO did is WHO made a classification of trachoma. WHO gave a classification of trachoma. Okay, the this was called, by the way, what? It was called Fisto classification. We remember it as a mnemonic, no, as a mnemonic not, but remember it in easy way. They gave a grading, so I should write WHO grade, and the grade is remembered like this one. First I write Fisto, okay, Fisto, Fisto, Fisto. This is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Okay, clear? There is no doubt. I think it's so easy. Now F for follicles. So they classified it. Okay, they said F for follicles. What do you mean by follicles? Follicles means greater than 5 follicles. Greater than 5 follicles, and the diameter of those follicles is 0.5 mm. If the diameter of those follicles is 0.5 mm on the upper tarsal conjunctiva, on the upper tarsal conjunctiva. Can we remember the photograph? Yes, sir, we can remember the photograph. Second thing, second they said grade 2 is, this was a grade 1. So we will say, if we see follicle, we will say it's a grade first. We will say it is a grade first. Easy, grade first trachoma. Okay, grade first. Now grade 2 is I. I means intense inflammation. Intense inflammation. Intense inflammation. Whenever you see an intensive inflammation, what will be the feature of inflammation? It will be having some thickening on the conjunctiva. It will be also, there will be obscuration more than 50% of the deep tarsal vessels. So when we see this intense inflammation, remember it is a stage of maximum infectivity. Maximum infectivity stage. So this is a tip for you. Maximum infectivity stage. Okay, fine. Grade 3 is S for scarring. That means it is now healing. Scarring means it is now healing. So if you see any evidence of conjunctival cicatrization, you see some white lines I showed you, or you see any fibrotic bands on the tarsal conjunctiva. If you see them, tarsal means we are talking about the lid. Okay, tarsal conjunctiva. So that will cause, that will be showing us that healing has started. Healing has started. Okay, so we should think it is something that healing is happening. Okay, healing is happening. T stands for trichiasis. What is trichiasis? What is trichiasis? Trichiasis means, what is trichiasis? Yes, I will show you. So who can tell me what is trichiasis? What do you understand from this image? This image, trichiasis. I will give you a chocolate really if you tell me without watching the internet. Think what can trichiasis be with this diagram. Use your brain. Trichiasis means when the eyelashes have gone inside. See, they, normally your eyelashes are outside, isn't it? I hope you keep watching the eyelashes, isn't it? Eyelashes. Okay. Some people are after eyelashes, isn't it? So if these eyelashes are getting towards the, towards your, there is some sort of an ingrowth of eyelashes. Okay. There is an ingrowth of eyelashes. Fine. So that will be called trichiasis. So how many should be so that you can diagnose it? At least one. One is sufficient. If one eyelash is intro, it has gone inside, then we will be saying, if one ingrowth is present, then we will say at least one ingrowth is important. One trichiatic. I can write in this sense. Let me write in an ophthalmologic way, because the language is important. Okay, you can't use a common language, because everything you understand from the literature is in the medical language literature. Okay, so we will say at least one trichiatic lash. Where I am writing, should write it here. I'm sorry. At least one trichiatic. My throat is not working. That's why I am talking slowly. Okay. So at least one trichiatic lash. What is trichiatic? Trichiatic lash. At least one trichiatic lash. O for, O for, O for, O for orange. No. O for what? O for opacities. Which opacity? Corneal opacity. Corneal opacity. Okay. Basically, when we see, if this corneal opacity is there, it should be actually obscuring. It should be obscuring the visual axis. It should obscure the visual axis. So what is the number will be? Visual acuity will be less than 6 by 18. Less than 6 by 18 will be the visual acuity. You'll be learning this in ophthalmology. Okay. Less than 6 by 18 will be the visual acuity. Visual acuity will be less than 6 by 18. Okay. Guys, is it clear? So cornea will get opaque. Cornea will get opaque like this. Okay. So here it is ulcer. It's a corneal ulcer, but it will get opaque. Okay. Opaque cornea from outside. It should be transparent normally, but can we see the entropion? This is the entropion. What is entropion? This is the complication I'll be teaching you. Okay. Okay, fine. Is it clear, friends? So grade 1 is greater than 5 follicles. Grade 2 will be intense inflammation. You will be seeing maximum infectivity stage. And how will you understand it? There will be thickening of conjunctiva. Okay, and there will be obscuration of 50% of the deep tarsal vessels. Okay, you will be having scarring, trichiasis, corneal opacities. Okay, now there was a strategy. There was a strategy. So what is the clinical feature now? What is the clinical feature now? If you want to have a if you want to summarize it, what should be the clinical feature? The clinical feature of trachoma will be, you will be having the child. If I talk about a child, because you said sir less than 5 years, so in some books it's written 0 to 9 years. Okay, so chronic conjunctivitis in children, like way they will be writing. Okay, so let me write like this. So less than 5 will be, mostly in the endemic regions, the regions where it's present. Okay. uh, how to say, I want to say that like this. Now, if a child presents to you, how will a child present to you? He will present to you with, child will present to you with itching and watering. He will present to you with itching and watering. Okay, fine. And then you will be looking that Alt's lying on examination. Okay, on examination, what you will see? You will see an Alt's lying. Okay, you will see, sago grain. You will see Herbert's pits, Herbert's follicles. Everything I have taught you. This is how we diagnose. Then WHO classification will tell you whether it is trichiasis. What is trichiasis? Misdirection of eyelash, isn't it? Because scarring has happened. It has, scarring happened so much that it dragged the eyelash towards it. This is how you can remember. Corneal opacity is more there. Okay. Uh, See, from this diagram, I cannot write corneal ulcer is it is a complication basically. Corneal ulcer will be a complication. Means if you are not treating trachoma, what will happen? You will lead to corneal ulceration or corneal ulceration. Okay. Okay. So HP bodies. Did I write HP bodies full form? Let me write. Where did I write HP bodies? Okay, let me write it separately. HP bodies are, what is the meaning of HP bodies? Haber, Stedler, Provazek. I have taught you already. Haber, Stedler, Provazek. They are in the cytoplasm, intracytoplasmic bodies. Okay, fine guys. Any doubt with the students? So what other features will be the patient presenting to us? Okay. Now, first I want to say, in the other features, what else can happen? There can be trichiasis. I have already told you. Trichiasis. Okay. Second thing, there may be tylosis. What is tylosis? What is tylosis, guys? Tylosis means when the eyelid margin gets thickened. Eyelid margin gets thickened. Eyelid margin gets thickened. Okay. There can be entropion. Entropion. What is entropion? When your lower eyelid is turning inwards. When your lower eyelid margin or any lid margin, let me say like this, lid margin inverting inwards. Can we see in this diagram? It's inverting inwards. Okay. Can we see the thickening also? Yes, sir. Okay. Okay. Now, there is one doubt also among the students, that what is basically a corneal opacity. See, corneal opacity can be of various types. It can be, see, if I talk about corneal opacities, these corneal opacities can be nebula. It can be a nebula. It can be macula. It can be leucoma. Corneal opacity can be nebula. Nebula is if it is superficially. If it is superficial. Macula means when it is covering half of the thickness. And if it is full thickness, then we say it is leucoma, full thickness. Now you tell me, with which type of corneal opacity will the patient become blind? Is it superficial? Is it half thickness or full thickness? With which of the following the patient will become blind? Common sense. Very nice answer. So leucoma has the maximum loss of vision. Maximum loss of vision. Maximum loss of vision is seen with this. Out of the following, who is going to give more discomfort? It is nebula. Nebula will be making the patient more discomfort. Nebular opacity. Okay. Is it clear, friends? Have you understood the, say, this WHO grading? Okay. Now I want to tell you a strategy which was given by WHO. Okay. There was a strategy that was called SAFE strategy. SAFE strategy. Okay. You will be reading this in your community medicine. So SAFE strategy was basically given by, let me talk the detail about this. SAFE strategy. This SAFE strategy was given by WHO. What is the program? This program is basically meant to control trachoma in the community. To control trachoma in the community. Trachoma in the community. Okay. So SAFE strategy is, let me write it like this. SAFE strategy is S for surgery. That is surgery for trichiasis. I have taught everything. Or entropion or corneal opacity. Surgery for this. Second is antibiotics. What is the antibiotics we give? Antibiotics is, if there is an active infection, it will be azithromycin. Okay. Or it can be topical tetracycline. So how much? 1%. 1% topical. So azithromycin will be 500 mg single dose. Okay, friends. So this is, so what is F? F means facial cleanliness, facial hygiene. Okay, and E is environmental hygiene. Okay, so what is the dosage? By the way, azithromycin you will be giving what? 500 mg. Okay, 500 mg will be the dosage. Fine. For mostly for the active infection. Okay, active infection. Now see, SAFE strategy is done. Okay, there was also a WHO program that was called Vision 2020. I'll be teaching you this. There was another program of WHO that was Vision 2020, and this Vision 2020, they have to control 5 diseases. Now 2020 is gone, so they have made a Vision 2020 program in which they will control 5 diseases. They will control 5 diseases. Okay. So by 2020, now it's not applicable. No, 2020 is gone. Okay. How will you cover the blanket therapy? There is one concept, that is blanket therapy. What do you mean by blanket therapy? Blanket therapy means you want to do the prevention at a mass level, mass therapy for blanket, some sort of a blanket. Think you are putting a blanket on many population. Okay, so you are giving this therapy. So blanket therapy is basically for mass prevention. Okay, for mass prevention you are giving this. Now what is the criteria for this mass prevention? Okay, we check how much is that follicle in the community. Okay, if it is greater than 5%, somewhere they are writing 10%, let me take a 10%. If I have a population age of 0 to 9 years and there is greater than 5%, what? Or greater than 10%, let me go for 10%. Greater than 10% prevalence, I will say go for mass prophylaxis. So for 10% mass prophylaxis, so you can go for a blanket therapy. Okay, if it is 5 to 10%, then we will go for family prophylaxis. And if it is less than 5%, sir, what to do? You will go for individual treatment that need to be explained. Okay, so if they ask in the exam, what is the drug of choice? For trachoma? What is the drug of choice? Azithromycin. What other drugs can you use? You can use sulfacetamide. I am connecting now pharmacology. sulfacetamide eye drops. Or if you don't have this, you can take any broad spectrum antibiotic. Broad spectrum antibiotic. Okay, guys, is this clear? Is it clear, friends? Is there any doubt with the students? So can we understand the clinical features? We have lacrimation, we have red eyes, we have photophobia. It's easy now. Okay. So in what if they ask you again, what is blanket therapy? It is a mass therapy given for endemic areas. Okay. So you can give that. By the way, what is the combination for blanket therapy? For how much time you have to give? Should I write this? Blanket therapy will again have that 1% tetracycline, 1% tetracycline ointment. Okay. You will give it OD. You will give it OD for how many days? 10 days. Okay. 10 days you will be giving it. Or you can give 1%, also 1% tetracycline ointment PD. Tetracycline ointment BD. For how many days? 5 days. For how many days? 5 days. For how much time? 1 month. For 1 month. For how much time? 6 months. So per month for 6 months. Are you able to understand, guys? So this is the concept. Okay. Mostly you will be coming the patient, basically the affected population is the children, isn't it? Mostly you will be seeing. After children, you will be seeing women coming to you. Okay. So what was the surgery which we can do? These are the surgeries we can do. Okay. And this is what you have to remember. I hope you have enjoyed this. Okay. So we will be seeing you in this was a short topic I wanted you to integrate with ophthalmology. I hope there is no doubt. I am trying to make it very much easy with the diagrams. Okay. It's clear, friends. So thank you very much for your time and patience. I hope this will help you out in understanding the disease. So see you all. Take care. Stay safe in Corona. Take care. Bye bye.